vegetarian. Means there was no need even to eat meat, etc. Mais de nos jours, all of us, not all, but most of us, we eat non-vegetarian in a way or other. In as het vegetarian, het mange egg, in as het pas bois or something like, no? Whatever. So we can try to bring a balance. Comment? There is a time in a festival we are keeping fast. So we are trying to reinvent our life. We are trying to build that bridge, to find that middle path, no? So that life can be better. Pas because all these things that we're talking about this, what is the aim of life? The aim of life is moksha. Si nous dans sa trend Kali Yuga, moksha is a bit far. Si nous suivons sa trend là, parfois nous faisons, parfois nous pas faisons. At times we are in a good mood to go to temple, we do prayers. At times nous bien maltraitant du monde. We always do that. No, it depends on our mood as well at times, right? Bon, si nous follow sa trend là, moksha is a bit far. I can't judge anyone, but generally speaking, you follow such a trend, moksha is a bit far. But let's, come on, India, le mot again, reinvent life to see how we can implement the virtues, the values of Satyug, of Treta Yuga, whatever. We try to do that in this life, right? We talk about sharing, maybe sharing. Sharing, pas nécessairement, il veut dire sharing your food, ou bien giving money. Sharing, likapa, means in terms of time, in terms of knowledge. And the munibza anti help, you go to help, you give your time, you explain someone something, you give some knowledge. This is sharing. Faire comment dire, ou peut share something on WhatsApp, no? De nos jours, nous share many things on WhatsApp, nous in ban quotations, tout ça. It's very nice to, maybe you think that it will help someone. You share. This is modern sharing, modern way of sharing. You're sharing knowledge. You're helping the person. Dans 10 you know why at least peut-être and pour help. This is the reinvention of our life, right? Well, these are a few things I told you. You know, of course, but coming to the questions, Number 1, what is the opinion of Hindus about time? When you say Hindus, say Hinduism, right? So here you can write about time. Time, comment nous get time? Say through the à travers un yug, right? À travers un yug. And no need to write here what happens in each yug. Maybe briefly you could say perfection was there in Satyug or something, right? So you write about the yugas here, commonly divided into 4, right? Briefly for 5 marks. Number 2, examine the nature of Satyayug contrasting with Kali Yuga. You have to contrast here, to compare and contrast Satyug and Kali. So what was there in Satyug and what is today in Kali Yuga, right? Comment things have changed. If you're using negative terms like because rapes, no, kidnapping, you know, use maybe the word crime for that. Don't go in that, sorry, writing about rapes to some, maybe it's admittedly crime or disrespecting women or something, right? It's not wrong you use those words, but nous tous les temps essayer avoid those kind of negative words, right? But even if you're writing it, it's pas veut dire pour perdre 10 points. Numéro 3. This is usually 15 points, c'est beaucoup, hein? But là, dans ça, number 3 là, ou devoir pour bien définitivement démontrer ou reflection. Your point of view, your reflection on the topic. The notes, the thing, Tuban content is here, you know the content and all, fine. But how to apply that, like Manjazut applying the Satyug Suban rules maybe in Kalyu, it's difficult. So what is your point of view, how you perceive that? Usually you write this in 15 marks question, right? So assess the view that it is useless for Hindus to think in terms of yuga. Est-ce que nous pas supposés penser in terms of yuga? Ou bien nous capables penser in terms of yuga? Right? Is it useless? Pour moi, it is not. Maybe you can say it is, right? Pour moi, it is not. Premièrement, c'est qui faire. My first reason will be Vedas are authoritative, right? Vedas are authoritative. So I'm a believer of Vedas. I'm a believer of the religion. So obviously, I will believe what is there in the Vedas. And we know Vedas, they come from God, right? So to some detail about yuga and all, of course, where does it come from? The Vedas, from the scriptures. So that is one, my first reason will be this, to say that it is not useless, right? And of course, it is not useless parce que si nous get bien, previously, how people were in Satyug and today, si nous prenons une différence des générations même. Let's say your grandparents and us, our grandparents and us. There's a big difference, no, in our values, in our culture, in our way of doing things, in the way of our lifestyle, how we eat and all. Dans sa dégénération-là même, there's a big difference. Now think in terms of Satyug and today in the Kaliyug, right? So it's not useless to think in terms of yugas. Parce que yugas qui fait, ils divisent les temps, no? Ils divide time. There was a time of perfection, then some deficiencies, much more degradation, then even the worst thing happening in the Kaliyug, the most degradation happening, right? And it is very well done to divide time in terms of yugas. Pour faire nous comprendre aussi, non? Pour faire nous comprendre que there was a period of time where people were behaving nicely, perfect and all. And today there is a time where we people, how we are today. So it's easy for us to compare the yugas to help us to be better, right? So maybe you can take it in that sense, in that direction as well. Now, I don't know if you will write if you believe it is useless. Might be, you can say it is useless. Peut-être pour un athéiste, il est capable useless. Non? Pour un athéiste, ça c'est une raison, right? What can be another reason that we say the yugas, no? To think in terms of yuga, or bien the yugas are useless, the division of time useless. Maybe not to frighten us. Not to frighten us in what sense? You know the future generation which is coming, not even you. Your generation is still good, no? Nous pensons and next generation which will come. How these people will be. Even no values, no respect, virtuousness, pas pour bien peu, I mean to say, right? So maybe not to create a fear ou bien and frustration where we are trying to compare. Souvent, des fois, non, quand, fait comment dire, on a des enfants dans la classe, on a li apprendre bien, l'autre non, right? The parents, what will say to number two? Get deux frères, deux sœurs, li apprendre bien, li earn good marks, etc. And what about you? You don't do well. What are we doing? We are comparing. And when we compare people, usually it affects the person. Surtout du monde qui est affecté tous les deux. The one who works well, il développe ego and arrogance. And l'autre qui n'est pas travaille bien, il peut développer inferiority, anger, jealousy, and all. Right? So maybe quand on peut think in terms of yugas, maybe this can scare us. It can bring us frustration as well. Parce que nous déjà connaissons, nous pouvons vivre dans un temps, les very modern, les pays à la dérive, comment nous dire, the degradation, right? And at the same time, we are trying to compare to that statue, les pays montrer nous que we are the worst kind of human being on earth. That can be a reason of frustration as well. Moi, je pense que beaucoup de raisons qui nous peuvent écrire for that it is useless to think in terms of you. Right? We should, for moi personally, we should think in terms of you parce que we need a help as well to change our life, to be better. From where we will get that? From the yugas, from the time, no? From the satyug, from the treta, and all. Right? Est-ce que time est différent in terms of combien de time maintenant? Time is time, no? Right? We can't, it's just, we call that a period of time. Quand we say division of time, it's a period of time. But time là, is constant, là, is pareil. Only our mindset is changing. If we want to bring Satyug in Kali Yuga, we can do that. We can really do that. But il demande understanding, il demande patience, determination, devotion, right? So I leave this up to you. You do the work. You can read this before you do the work. Avant qu'ils se fassent le devoir, try to reflect on the topic.